Okay, so we shall go ahead and take an example on accounting standard number 3 on cash flow statement. Now, I am taking this question from the CA final practice manual. It is those days, way back in 2003, 4, 5, okay. So it is those years examination question. Now, this might come in your Jan 25 CA inter exam. So let's go ahead and read the question once and take on the solution. Yes, ma.
Yes, sir. Bellhop LLC
Okay.
submits the following information pertaining to the year 2016-17
Okay.
and using the data, you are required to find the ending cash and bank balance given and opening figure thereof was 1.55 million.
So they given the opening balance of cash as 1.55 million. And you have been asked to ascertain the closing balance of cash, right? And then read the data given.
Yes, sir. Additional shares issued 6.5 million.
Now you know that proceeds from the issuance of shares will be shown as a cash inflow under financing activities, right? Next.
Then CapEx, capital expenditure, 9.9 million.
Now remember, CapEx or nothing but capital expenditure is nothing but purchase of fixed assets. Now you know that purchase of property, plant, equipment, that is tangible assets or even intangibles will come under investing activity. Next.
Next, proceeds from assets sold, 1.6 million.
So this 1.6 million will come under again investing activity, proceeds from disposal or sale of fixed assets. Next.
Then dividends declared, 0.5 million.
Remember, these are dividends declared maybe in the month of June 2016, okay, or May 2016. That is month of May, okay. And you all know that the dividends will be paid within 30 days from the date of declaration, right? So even though it is given as a dividend declared in that year, would have been paid in that year. Got it? So what is the amount?
It is 0.5 million.
And this amount will come under financing activity as a cash outflow. But under financing activity, do write a dividend paid. Don't write dividend declared. Okay. Yeah. Next.
Loss on disposal of asset, 1.2 million.
It's given as a negative figure because it would have been debited to profit and loss account. Would have reduced your profits, right?
Yeah.
So this 1.2 million loss on disposal of fixed asset is a non-operating expense, in brackets a loss. So it should be what? Added back while calculating cash flow from operating activities. Next.
Net income, 3.3 million.
So net income, nothing given. They haven't given even the data regarding tax, I suppose.
Yeah.
So this net income will be taken as your net income before tax. Alright?
Yes.
Anyway, no taxes. I think later on even income tax paid is not given in the question. Maybe you can assume that this company is tax holiday, right? There's no tax. They're not pay any tax. Next.
Net increase in accounts receivable, 1.5 million.
Now that is supposed to be a working capital item, right? Yeah. Next.
Redemption of 4.5% debentures, 2.5 million.
So redemption is a repayment of debentures. 2.5 million is a cash outflow. So 4.5% refers to the rate of interest on those debentures, right?
Yes, sir.
So don't bother about the 4.5%. So redemption of debentures, what is the amount paid? 2.5 million rupees. Next.
Depreciation and amortization, 0.75 million.
And you know that's a non-cash expenditure to be added back while calculating cash flow from operating activities. Next.
That's it.
That's it. So now we shall go ahead and take on the solution. Please refer to cash flow statement. Under cash flow from operating activities, the first item is a net income. And here this is supposed to be the net income, okay? Before tax, after tax doesn't matter because anyway there's no income tax at all. So what is the net income given? 3.3 million, right? and adjusted for, there are two items. Adjustments for, number one, the non-cash
Depreciation.
amortization, which is 0.75 million to be added back, and also a non-operating expense in brackets loss on disposal of asset. Amount is 1.2 million. So total is 5.25 million is your operating profit before working capital changes. And then we adjust for increase in accounts receivable in brackets. So you don't have to write less increase, okay? Even if you write just increase in accounts receivable and show the amount in brackets, 1.5 million, that will suffice. And anyway, no income tax, therefore the net amount what you get is a net cash flow generated from operating activity. It's up to you. Either a net cash flow from or net cash generated from operating activities. Then let's go to the investing activity, that part. Under that you have purchase of fixed assets, capital expenditure. How much?
Yes, sir. For 9.9 million.
It is 9.9 million in brackets. And then proceeds from disposal of fixed assets.
1.6 million.
Is 1.6 million positive. And what is the net negative figure?
8.3 million net cash used in
exactly net cash used in investing activities in brackets. And then we go ahead with cash flow from financing activities. And under that, the first item, the proceeds from issuance of share capital,
yes,
which is cash inflow, 6.5 million inflow. And then we have dividend paid. Don't write dividend? Declared. It is a dividend paid. What is the amount?
0.5.
It is 0.5 million in brackets outflow. And redemption of debentures. It is 2.5 million in brackets. And what is the net amount?
It is 3.5 million.
Positive. So it is a net cash flow from or a net cash generated from financing activities. Now, if you add up all the three activities, that is how much you got operating activity?
3.75 million.
And then minus
8.3.
and then add 3.5.
So we get negative 1.05 net.
And right, that is supposed to be the net decrease in cash and cash equivalents. And then to this you add opening balance of cash and cash equivalents given as 1.55. So minus 1.05 plus 1.55 works out a positive 0.5, and that is supposed to be the cash
at the end
and cash equivalents at the end of the period. Is that fine?
Yes, sir.
And this sum can appear in examination for not more than 5 marks. Okay. So learn the sum really well for examination. Bye-bye.